And just like that, another month bites the dust. What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor. Welcome back to the channel. September has came and went. The year is completely flying by. We're now in October, the spookiest time of year. One of my favorite times of year. And before we get into October movies, we got to talk about all the September movies and shows that I watched. Place them on their proper tiers. I watched 2 movies, 1 documentary on Amazon Prime, and 2 series, so 5 things total. And we're going to place them all on their proper tiers. Before we do, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. And what was the best thing you watched in the month of September? Was it Ahsoka? It might have been Ahsoka. I think it was Ahsoka. Starting out with our tiers, we have Best of the Month, Great, Good, Meh, and Worst of the Month. My favorite will go in Best of the Month. My least favorite will go in Worst of the Month. And first up, we have Saw X, the only movie I saw in the theaters in September, which I'm really kicking myself about. Saw X, I'm going to put in, I guess, Worst of the Month. Just my least favorite of the month. So many people were hyping this movie up, and full disclosure, maybe I'm just not a Saw fan anymore. I haven't watched all the Saw movies in probably like 5 to 10 years. I always go back to rewatch the first Saw. It's one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and I really enjoy Spiral, but the rest, forget about them. Just forget about them a little bit. So with Saw X, it's just so gory. It's so gruesome. I'm covering my eyes the entire time. I just truly think that I'm not a Saw guy anymore, and that's fine. Was this one a little bit different? Yes, John Kramer, Jigsaw, is like the focal point of this movie, and in a way, he's the hero of the movie. I didn't really get on board with that. I couldn't really get on board with that, so that kind of took me out of it a little bit. And it's like you're rooting for this guy, this terrible dude, to do terrible things to terrible people. I just found myself torn throughout the movie, and at the end of the day, it just felt like something I've seen 9 other times, now 10 times. It's a Saw movie. It's all it felt like. Nothing that reinvented the wheel throughout the Saw franchise. It's the #1 movie for Rotten Tomatoes for Saw. Not for me. Just not for me. It's going to go on my most disappointing list by the end of the year. Then we have No One Will Save You, the Hulu alien horror movie, which, meh. Just meh. I don't know what's going on with all these horror movies that everyone are claiming to just be fantastic. I'm hoping October is a little bit more, but I just found myself incredibly bored. It took me several times to finish this movie. I kept falling asleep, and Caitlin Dever doesn't really have any lines, but is she good? Sure, she's fine, and it's like an alien abduction movie, so interesting takes on the movie, but I mean, just for me, wasn't really into it. Really couldn't get into it, and I know a lot of people love this one, but for me, both this and Saw probably on the same score, 2 out of 5, and No One Will Save You. I don't know. Everyone was saying it's like, oh my god, it's so great. I was expecting like Quiet Place level, alien type level great, but no. It wasn't. It wasn't at all, okay? Then we have that Amazon Prime documentary I was talking about, which is called Kelsey. I'm a big football fan, and if you don't even watch football, you know the name Kelsey right now, because Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift are dating. But this follows Travis Kelsey's brother, Jason Kelsey, and it's basically following his last season leading up to the Super Bowl, and he ultimately came up short, and it's kind of following all the trials and tribulations of all that, and having a family, having another child, everything like that's going through. And I'm going to put it in good. I didn't find myself loving it. I feel like I should have been more of a series than a 2-hour-long documentary. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it. I do listen to their podcast quite often, New Heights. And I enjoy these Kelsey brothers and the Kelsey family, so watching this, getting a little bit more insight, it was very interesting. I just didn't find myself loving it and telling everyone to go watch it like I kind of wanted to. Again, I feel like if it was a series, it would have worked a little better, but nonetheless, very, very good. Then we have Gen V, the spin-off to The Boys. First 3 episodes have dropped. Put this in great. Gen V was very, very great. And I'm excited to see where they go from here. All the Easter eggs and everything they kind of had throughout the show. But these characters are very different. Some likable, some more despicable. But it's The Boys at almost an accelerated level. I mean, it is gruesome. I mean, that first opening, like 5 minutes of the show, I had to turn off. I tried to watch like at midnight the other night. And I was like, it's not a show to watch at midnight because I am just grossed out right now. So Gen V is one of those shows that I think it's only going to get better. I think The Boys has so many opportunities for spin-offs. I would like to see a spin-off on a lot of them. I'd like to see a spin-off on Homelander and everything. And I think it's a good start for spin-offs. And they mention Homelander. They mention The Deep. They mention everyone from the Seven. And these people are trying to join the Seven. And it's just an epic show. And it's why I love The Boys so much. They really capture that magic throughout the series. And I'm really excited to see where they go from there. And how I'm excited to see how they wrap this show up. Ahsoka. We have 1 episode left, which comes out on Tuesday. Best believe I'm excited for that one. Let's go on in Best of the Month. Seeing Hayden Christensen back as Anakin Skywalker, my all-time favorite Jedi, and I guess favorite Sith for that matter. that's just, it's epic. It's awesome. It's seeing Thrawn, you get to see Ezra. I mean, the show is just epic and action-packed, and this is what everyone wanted Obi-Wan Kenobi to be. That show that gets everyone hyped up and in love, but Dave Filoni has crafted a masterpiece. I'm just so excited to see where they finish this off, how they finish it off, and if they do, I would say it's probably the best Disney Plus show so far. But we only have the finale left, and I cannot wait for it on Tuesday night. We'll have some Ahsoka content, including a ranking of all the Disney Plus Star Wars properties, so make sure you guys are here for that. But that's going to do it for what I watched in the month of September. Can't believe we're already in October. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell for me. What was your favorite and least favorite thing you watched in the month of September? I plan on seeing a bunch of movies in the month of October, so by the time we get around to doing this ranking video again, I feel like we're going to have a lot more things to talk about on that list. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.